Hey guys, Artosis here, bringing you game number 2 of a match I sponsored for the channel between Scan and Movie. In that previous game, we saw Movie rally a couple Zealots down while making a Nexus and really get super far ahead, and just like, it didn't feel like there were many options for Scan at that point. Really kind of got destroyed there, unfortunately. So, going into map number 2 on Eclipse, it's actually a harder map for Terran versus Protoss, but honestly, I mean, the way that Eclipse opened is not completely unlike how, or the way that Polypoid map opened is not completely unlike how we see a lot of Eclipse games, right? Where early Zealots can make or break the game for you. So we'll see if we're going to have, like, similar aggression. Probably, because we see this pylon already from Movie. Definitely going to be a forward gateway at his natural. So probably a gas steal with Zealots being rallied. Honestly, this is, I think it's solid. Like a solid opener from Protoss, but not that scary as Terran. Because with a regularly timed barracks, you generally can get 3 Marines out by the time the first Zealot comes. So as long as you're kind of microing well and on top of everything, I think you're going to be all right. Ooh. Okay, so Scan... Okay, he does a move, and I'm kind of excited to see this and see what people think of this. He takes the gas before the probe can take it. So look at how late this barracks is going to be. Now, his SCV is out... Oh my god. He's actually making a forward barracks. That... Okay, this situation is good for Movie. I'm not sure what Scan is going to do here to try to equalize this, okay? His barracks is super, super late and super, super out of position. So Zealots are going to be here well before his Marines. Like I mentioned, if you have a normal timed one that's like, let's say, 1 minute and 30 seconds, you're generally going to have 3 Marines out just as this Zealot gets there from the natural. In this case, he's going to have like 1 Marine out, I think. And that's going to be it. And 1 Marine against 1 Zealot obviously doesn't do well. If he sees where the barracks is, it's going to be harder and harder to get Marines back. Yeah, it's tough. Now, I guess he gets his factory up pretty quickly, right? Like, it's not the quickest factory, but it's all right. Right? Where is it? Okay, starts a bunker, so that slows the factory as well. First Marine running back. Zealot already coming on the way. 1 Marine versus 1 Zealot. Not a good fight. Another Marine about halfway done. Thing is, you'll generally just run past this Marine. You don't need to fight it. Like, the Marine cannot kill the Zealot. So, you just run by here. And, yeah, we're going to see him come up. Now, SCV's coming down to fight. Ooh, he tries to turn to get this Marine. And, okay, well, that's some good SCV micro, that's for sure. He's taking the shields off the Zealot, at least. Factory is on the way. Putting some damage onto this Zealot. Another one coming up. 2 Marines are over here right now. Well, I guess just 1 going to remain in the bunker. The other 2 turn around now to try to take down this Zealot. Nice SCV blocks once again, but some damage has been put onto both of these Marines at this point. Multiple SCVs starting to fall, unfortunately. A lot of health still on these Zealots overall. 1 is red at 31 health, but those shields are regenerating, let's not forget. Oh god, more and more SCVs starting to go down. But it looks like he's going to stabilize at this point. Okay, 16 SCVs, 20 probes. Range is on the way, but at least the factory's a little bit quicker here this game. All right, certainly a Vulture needs to be made. Oof, a very tough game right now. So a 4-worker lead by Movie. Dragoon coming up. Bunker with no Marines at the moment. That can be a bit problematic. Okay, he does throw a Marine into the bunker. Command center gets started. Similar time to the Nexus, so at least we have that this game. That range upgrade about halfway done. Vulture gonna slip out, so you have to keep a Dragoon at home. You have to be very careful about that. Obviously, if a Vulture gets in your main base and you don't block it, you're gonna lose like 4 probes almost every single time. So you do not want that. That would equalize the game pretty quickly. But he's hunting this Vulture. Another Dragoon comes up, catches it. Very nice. Going to get 3 hits off on it, probably. Oh, just misses that one. But yeah, with both the Dragoons coming up now, there is no escape for this Vulture. It does buy him a little bit of time, I guess. And down the Vulture goes. Okay. Robo coming up right now. We have mines as well as a siege tank. No Vulture on the map right now, so he's going to have to go... It looks like it will probably be a Tank Marine push out. Yeah, look, he's still making some more Marines. Tank Marine to push back the Dragoons and then lay some mines. Kind of an older style, but it's actually pretty safe. It's pretty solid. It doesn't like play into super fast upgrades. It doesn't generally play into a super fast 2 factory because your tanks are going to be a little bit slower and everything. Your second factory a little bit slower, all that. But he does have this 1 tank. It's only 3 goons, so you're not too afraid of this. It would take them 3 volleys to kill the tank. A lot more forgiving here for the Terran. All right, put some damage down on them. 4th goon comes up. Still, enough damage on these goons. You're not that afraid with the tank right now. Comes up and actually tries to pick off the SCV. Does end up getting one. 2nd tank comes out, so that should be a pretty solid hold at this point. I think movie's going to be pretty done with that. 3rd tank and a Vulture on the way. So definitely this is going to be a 2 factory pressure build. Now, Observer is on the way. There are 2 gates out. Another pylon being made to kind of make this choke a little bit smaller against possible incoming Vultures. Looks like Movie is thinking about taking his 3rd base as well. And I think it's time. Scan has got to get out there. Speed on the way right now for these Vultures as well. 2 Vultures being made. Oh, is he going to wait a little longer? Oh, this is interesting. Now, if you're playing against someone that's rushing Reaver, you can get punished for this. But in the actual situation he's in where it's a 3rd Nexus, I think this is actually quite good. Because Vulture speed is going to finish well before everything gets home. So he's going to have some options to possibly run around and flank the goons, stuff like that. So let's see how he can get this done. The Dragoons running away right now. They are going to want to do a little bit of kiting here. Vulture speed is almost done. Look at the Vultures go down the different path. This is an important moment. Now, if Vulture speed was already done, he could easily lay mines behind and make this a much harder retreat. But instead, the Dragoons get there before... There you go. It does finish. So maybe waiting a few more seconds there could have been a little bit stronger. But it's hard to know these exactly, right? Like, especially if a Reaver's coming, the longer you wait, the worse the position is. So the Vulture is running around right now. There is an Observer. You see a shuttle being made on that production tab. The Vultures just kind of check the 3rd base. He knows the timing of the Nexus, so that's quite useful. Siege mode is on the way. 4 Marines and 3 tanks still at good health. Coming down. More Vultures as well. What is Scan making at home? Armory on the way. Has his 2nd gas also. Trying to keep pressure on, but yeah, you see the goon count. It is getting rather high. 11 goons definitely can beat this. As long as you have just a little bit of micro, you should be able to push that all back pretty easily. Tanks get one-shotted by only 8 goons, so plenty there. 4 Gateway production is going. Reaver Tech going to be coming out here as well. Well-timed as the shuttle pops. Vulture's trying to run around. Looks like there's plenty of goons here. I don't think you can really get any Vultures in, unfortunately, for Scan. Sees that and turns around instantly. Going up to 4 factories. 5 factories now. Oh, I like this play quite a bit. Armory into 5 factories, I think, is very, very solid for this map. It allows you to get your upgrades, you know, not super slow, but not super quick. But also get enough units so that you actually have potential to push out and do something, whether that's a push, which is, I think, not too likely here, but more likely a powerful move to this area to be able to take your 3rd. Some mines being laid. Unfortunately, Scan loses a lot of Vultures in here. The goons kind of chased him down and you got him stuck. So a little bit painful. Does use a little trick right here to get through. This type of pylon placement, you can actually slide Vultures through like you just saw. It's a weird, you hit like SH, and like kind of click them and they go through. it's a very weird thing, but it can punish walls like that sometimes. Anyways, he is getting a few probe kills, so this is very, very solid harassment. Definitely pays back some of the mistakes earlier on. All right. The Reaver picks up the kill right there. Going to leave the Dragoon here for some additional defense. And a Stargate is coming up. So it looks like this is going to be a switch into carriers. So the carrier transition going to be coming, which I believe this game will allow for Scan to go towards a timing attack. I think it's... I think the best choice here for Scan may be to just go up to 7 fact on 2 base, but there's like only 1 Stargate on the way right this second. So maybe he goes for a 3rd command center. I think that this is one of the harder decisions to make, is like how quickly do you actually need to push against the carrier player, because, you know, that is something you absolutely need to do. Movie right now is going to be looking to just slow Scan down a little bit, keep him back, and get into those carriers as safely as is possible. Because once you actually get them, they are just so strong once you get out 4 to 6. Starport is finishing up. Lots of depots being made. Supply differential is really in Movie's favor still, but it's not the highest quality supply. Like, look, it's a lot of goons, goons, right? So he's just going up to like 1,000,000 Dragoons at the moment. Now, that was a good scan, seeing that the +1 arrow weapons is on the way. And with this many Dragoons and like a shuttle with a Reaver, basically what you're looking to do is make a giant arc and just like bludgeon the army, just slow it down. And yeah, it is doable to play against, though, right? Like when it's mass Dragoon, it's a little bit tricky, because if you bleed into the goons at all, they start to dominate. Like, you know, sometimes you see Terrans get a bunch of supply and attack in, and the Vultures kind of lead, and the Siege Tanks come up behind, and, you know, you do what you can. But here, it's like you actually have to utilize Siege Mode. You have to be careful. You have to not let Vultures run up in the front and die. We have 2-1 upgrades on the way right now for Scan. 3rd Command Center is coming, so he's on 5 fact at the moment. Getting that range upgrade as well. We have the Carrier Interceptor upgrade coming, as well as a couple carriers. Oh, what is this? I'm like actually just sitting here holding my breath. I'm like, what is he doing with that? Like, that's totally something you do not want to do. You don't want to try to bomb in an attack when you're going for carriers, right? Like, you're sitting on Maskoon, which is not a good attacking composition. But also, like, you just want to keep your supply high. And look, he's up 60 supply right now, only 10 of which is in probes. But you want to keep your supply as high as possible, because this transition, you are a little bit weak during this time. So you don't want to be throwing army away. That is for certain. Now, a lot of Goliaths starting to come out. 6th factory on the way. Command center is done. Psystorm is actually coming up very quickly for Movie here. This is actually the quickest Psystorm I've ever seen with a 3-base carrier build like this. That's kind of crazy. Like, he doesn't even have legs done. He's going Psystorm. So, I mean, obviously, when Psystorm is amazing with carriers, but a lot of times you aren't really able to get it all that quickly. We'll see if he can actually be punished for that or anything, but right now, Movie is maxed out. Getting a 4th command or a 4th Nexus down here. Looks like double shuttle just going to start flying in. Oh my god, this is great defense right now. But he is going to get the Reaver all the way in, unfortunately, for Scan. A very good first Scarab. He's going to start killing these depots as well. Really on top of his decision-making here. Is he going to get one more Scarab? Yeah, he is. So he's going to get probably a few depot kills here. They are starting to burn. And in the meantime... Oh, I accidentally took vision off. Sorry. The 3rd Command Center going to be picked off by the Mass Dragoons while he's dealing with this. Well, that's obviously not good for Scan, right? He just lost the Command Center, which is just... you know, a bit of a mistake. It's like you're trying to deal with this and not lose all your SCVs, and then your command center, because you were trying to fly over here to take it, gets picked off. Carriers are out on the map now. 2-1 upgrade's not quite done yet. Probably wants to wait for that. But from here, you're just 100% all in his Scan. You have to just make as many Goliaths as possible to deal with these carriers. But the Psystorms are going to make this very tricky. Zealot legs are done as well. And look at that Psystorm coming down onto those Siege Tanks and Goliaths. And the tanks are, I mean, the tanks are trading really well right now, but Zealot's starting to get on top of everything. These High Templars coming forward. They don't have any storms left at this point. And the Zealot's going to be the thing that makes the difference here. Scan going to end up losing just about everything, and I think that's just game straight up. Yeah, he doesn't have any tanks. He has like one tank here, and then he's just making Goliaths. He's playing against 4 base Protoss right now. He's down 70 supply. Lost his 3rd base earlier. Looks like that is going to be another win for Movie. Scan remains in the game. He does have these 2-1 upgrades, but you can see the production tab. It's not looking too hot here for our Terran hero. And with 4 carriers out, Movie is going to have the run of the map. 4 carriers is really where they start spiking up in power. Dropship gets picked off. And, yeah, at this point, you can see Movie's just, like, clearing his sides, like, checking if there are mines here or anything like that, so he can take yet another base. Well, oh, looks like he drops off some Zealots in the main base to kill off the armories as well during all this. Very, very painful here for Scan, unfortunately. 5 bases now for Movie. And, yeah, he is just getting pretty darn ahead at this point. The Goliaths all glitching over each other because of some SCV mining issues there, no doubt. Vulture Goliath. That's the ultimate desperation composition. It's actually surprisingly good. You can do like a lot of tricks with it, like scanning to kill observers and laying mass mines everywhere. But obviously not something you can fight with long term at all. You can maybe take like one decent engagement that's full of micro, and that's about it. Well, looks like Movie. I mean, honestly, the best play for Movie, I'm not even sure. Is it sitting there or is it attacking? Probably attacking, considering how big his economy is. But yeah, he's going to go ahead and attack, and this should be game. This is, yeah, a tough series here, but Movie, of course, a consummate pro, going to be able to take down Scan with that 2-0 map score in this best 3. Thanks for watching, guys. GG.